Personally, I don't think it makes good financial sense to bring casinos into our backyard.
Price says he doesn't want casinos in Texas for 3 reasons. He says, for one thing, other states have tried it, and it hasn't solved any of their budgeting struggles.
The cost could outweigh the benefit. Studies have shown that you've got increased costs associated with social service spending, law enforcement, legal expense, increased regulation, and that it's actually been detrimental to states' coffers instead of helpful.
And he says it's just not a predictable and stable source of revenue. John Smithy says he couldn't agree more, and he says over the years he has had to turn down multiple donations from Oklahoma casino owners.
It's true that part of the political battle that's occurring in Texas, it's not always easy to tell who's on what side. You know, there are certain groups that don't want casinos in Texas for their own reasons. There's other groups that want to be able to come into Texas to make money here.
Many proposals touting the benefits of gambling have been brought to the table by different people, but Smithy says there just haven't been any that were good enough to convince him that they were good for the state.
The proposals that I've seen are, in my judgment, weren't good for Texas. And I guess I am anti-gambling to the standpoint that from a common sense standpoint, it just doesn't appear that there's going to be a real benefit to Texas.
However, while John Smithy says there isn't any type of gambling he would like to see in Texas, Price says he would entertain the idea of expanding on what is already allowed.
I'm not an advocate for expanding, gambling's footprint in the state of Texas, but there are issues, particular to where gambling is already going on that ought to be fully developed and looked at to see if it makes sense.